host. Shannon, is there any truth to what he's saying?
No. This notion that guys don't compete on the court anymore is overblown. The idea that the players in the 80s and 90s competed harder is overblown. Because the Pistons personally maybe didn't like Jordan, that doesn't mean the entire league didn't like Jordan. So Al wants us to believe that when he went up against Steven Jackson or Matt Barnes, of guys that didn't play, that he knew he didn't play hard. He like, bro, go and get you 40. Let your boy get 35. Is that how it's going, Al? I'm just asking. I don't know.
We're just talking about Jordan.
No, but I'm saying, hold on. So he said, no, guys didn't compete. Guys weren't buddy-buddy. Guys weren't buddy-buddy because they didn't play on AAU teams. They didn't travel. Zion Williams and John Moran was on the same AAU team. So they're supposed to act like now they're getting the NBA. We don't even know you, bro. I don't know him. Kendrick Perkins and LeBron played on the same AAU team. So they get to the NBA, they supposed to act like they don't know each other. It's different now because the world, even though it's expanding with people, is getting closer, Skip, because of social media, because people are together. Yep. But this notion that everybody hated Michael Jordan is just not true. Maybe the Pistons went out of their way to do things, but I don't think the early Sixers went out of their way to do anything to Jordan because he couldn't beat them. The big three Celtics didn't go out of their way to do anything. The Lakers didn't go out of their way to do anything. This notion that people hated Jordan is just not true. This notion that Jordan had no friends. Jordan didn't golf with anybody. Jordan didn't go to Vegas with anybody. Jordan didn't play cards with anybody. And that's all he did. Man, stop this notion. Every chance people get, they try to belittle LeBron because LeBron's 37 and he's still doing things. And even when they say he's washed up and he can't do this, he's playing longer and being greater than anybody thought that he would. But, yeah, bro, if you want to skip, I got no problem. You and I debate this, and we're going to debate this until as long as you and I together. LeBron, Jordan. If you want to say Jordan, I would debate you. But don't try to demean LeBron for what the man has done by saying the competition. There was no Kevin Durant in the 80s and the 90s. There was no Steph Curry's in the 80s and the 90s. There was none of that. So this notion that the players now are softer, they're not. The players now are more skilled than in the 80s and the 90s.
Okay, you're missing the point. This wasn't about everybody hating Jordan. It's about Jordan hating everybody else. And he did have no friends. You can say Barkley for a while was in his...
So who was he golfing with?
Well, name somebody. I mean, who?
He golfed, Skip, he golfed with Danny Ainge.
That was before a finals game.
Yeah, that was a playoff game.
Well, before a playoff game, right.
Yeah.
That was for big money. That was, you want a piece of me? Let's go play.
Let's kill.
Okay? It was nothing friendly about it. Not that he wasn't civil to Danny Ainge.
I've never heard of... So who golfs with people that they're not friendly with?
Michael Jordan, you want to bet on this? Because that's all he did was bet. It is cold-blooded war.
Skip, I'm not saying that he...
You play people you want to win money from.
Let me ask you a question.
There's no friendly to it.
Skip, so when you go to the golf club, so you go tee off with people you have no idea, you don't know.
Okay, but that's different. I'm not Michael Jordan. He plays for money.
Skip, just because you get... Skip,
okay, but he's willing... Remember, the whole book was written about this gambler who used to play for millions of dollars over time against Michael Jordan.
But he's gambling with people that he knows.
But they weren't friends. Okay, no, he's playing for big stakes money against anybody. He's playing with fastest guns in the West. Come on, you think they're going to go have a beer after? No, they are not. No. They're going to pay up.
He only playing, Skip. You can't go say, okay, I want to play you when you don't know what this guy's handicap is. You go play, he go say, I want to play this guy with golf, and this guy's a scratch golfer, and he takes $5-6 million. Michael Jordan knew everybody that he was golfing against, he knew.
That's not true.
Skip,
no, that's not true.
Skip.
He'll do anything against anybody.
Skip.
He is high stakes.
Skip, I get that. I'm not saying that he will not gamble for money, but you better be careful talking about whether it's shooting pool. I've seen guys, guys hustle you out of money because you don't know what they're doing. This guy, all of a sudden, you see him spraying the ball, and you're like, hey, bro, you want to play around? Yeah, sure. What you got on it?
You don't think Michael got hustled a few times? I think he did.
Yes.
Because he's gullible that way. Like, he'll try anybody anyway.
Skip, all I'm saying, Skip, so let me ask you a question. Do you think the big three Celtics, do you think they hated or liked LeBron?
Big three Celtics, I don't know. Okay,
Kevin Garnett.
Okay, you're sort of overlapping eras.
No, hold on. LeBron played in the era, so we got to include the era that he played in.
Okay, but let's go back to Al Harrington's premise here. He's saying that in Jordan's era, they didn't F with each other. There was no homeboys in the offseason. There was not, he's talking about Jordan. There was no, let's go to the clubs in the summer. Jordan didn't do that. Again, Barkley was sometimes part of his entourage, but trust me, Michael viewed Barkley as a court jester for a while.
So
like he just amused Michael.
So because Jordan had the only way to, so Magic and Isaiah doing things and going on vacation together, and Mark Aguirre and the other guy. So only Jordan got the blueprint. That's the only way that you can win. I wonder if there's only one way you can operate a business. If somebody say, well, if you're doing that wrong, man, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that somebody said the only way to do anything in sports is the way Michael Jordan did it. Okay. Because that's seemingly what Al is saying.
Let's switch to LeBron. LeBron has dominated, said Al Harrington, an era of his little bros. LeBron's notorious for what I always tell you, it's the Godfather. It's keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I've never seen anything like what happened in the 2016 NBA Finals when Draymond Green called very audibly LeBron James the B word during Game 4, yelled it out, you B.
Okay.
And they go up the court and they get tangled up, and Draymond dares to kick him in the midsection, which Draymond had already done to Steven Adams early in the playoffs. Right. And because of that, Kiki Vandeweghe, then the minister of discipline, said, you're out for Game 5. I suspend you for. I didn't think I'd ever see the day that a pivotal piece of a championship team would get suspended for a Game 5 of the NBA Finals. And I'm thinking, God, also, Draymond called him the B word. Would anybody have ever thought to call Michael Jordan the B word?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they did it.
No.
Yeah, they did.
No.
Yes,
they wouldn't have dared to.
Yes, they did.
Because they would have lived to regret it because he would have
so here's the thing, Skip. Okay,
so wait a second. I got to finish.
Okay.
Draymond, did we get to the offseason, and I look up, and wait a second, Draymond has become LeBron's business partner. It's almost like he bought him off. And the next thing I know, Draymond's on the shop with LeBron, sitting in one of the chairs in the shop like they're best buddies now. You're kidding me.
Oh, because here's the thing. Okay, because if somebody criticizes Michael Jordan or says something negative about Michael Jordan, and he's unforgiving, and he will cut them out of his life, that makes Michael Jordan a great guy.
He's cold-blooded killer.
Okay, fine, Skip.
He's an assassin.
Skip, that's fine. But that's not the only way to win titles. That's not the only way to win.
That's the way he did, and he was the greatest ever.
Okay, Skip, that's the way he did it.
Okay.
Magic Johnson didn't do that. Magic Johnson is just as successful in business. Junior Bridgman, who wasn't a great basketball player, is just as successful in business.
Okay, but they weren't Michael Jordan.
But see, the thing is, Skip, Michael Jordan doesn't have a patent on winning and how to do it. You got to stop this. Other guys got to stop this notion that if you don't do it like Michael Jordan, it's wrong.
Okay, but how many times do I look up and LeBron has tweeted at an upcoming Ja Morant, rising star?
Give the guy credit.
Okay, but he tweets, I see you, young fella. Like I'm going to take you under my wing here.
No,
you're my little bro. That's how he does business.
This is what LeBron does. LeBron James says, if I'm an open book, if you want to ask me a question about how to navigate the NBA, because very few people. Tiger Woods, when he reached out to the only person that he knew that could possibly understand what he was going through. That was one Michael Jordan. If you come into the NBA and you're a phenom, there's not a whole lot of guys that's navigated the social media age and that's come in with such fanfare as one LeBron James. LeBron James is not like a lot of people. A lot of people get the sauce and won't tell you some of the ingredients. LeBron James said, if you want to know about basketball, I got you. You want to know how to start a production company? I got you. You want to know how to ingratiate yourself with brands? I got you. Skip, there's nothing wrong with that. We should applaud that the man is willing to help those. Yet we condemn him and praise Jordan for holding all that to himself.
Okay, but I've said this 1,000 times on this show. I believe there's some insecurity on LeBron's part operating.
Maybe it's insecurity on Michael Jordan's part.
No, it's the other way.
So why
insecurity on LeBron's part?
Why?
Because he wants to keep these kids under wing. Like I want you to love me. I want you to respect me. I don't want you to threaten me. I want you to stay right there because I am the king. I want you to treat me like the king.
When Tim Duncan said he wasn't in awe and he had nothing there, he's a great player, but I ain't got. That's what it is. So what about that?
Against Jordan?
That's what he said. That's what he said. He said he wasn't the biggest fan of Michael Jordan. Tim Duncan.
That's fine.
Okay,
Tim Duncan had his own dynasty. He almost won more championships than Jordan.
Okay, right? So what is LeBron? Y'all make it people make it seem like LeBron got one title, like LeBron got one MVP, like LeBron is not going to have 40,000, 10 and 10. I mean, I don't get this. I believe that you can praise Michael Jordan without trying to suppress anything that LeBron James has done.
Okay, but Al asked a great question. What star has LeBron had it with, as in had beef with? Or
why do you got to have beef with a star?
Okay. Is there anybody?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
No.
What star has Peyton Manning had beef with?
I don't care about Peyton Manning. I care about Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Because,
I don't care about him.
Because
it's different.
Why do you got to have beef? Why?
What team has LeBron had it with?
So the Big Three Celtics. So the Big Three Celtics.
I don't know. There was no bad blood between them.
See, there you go now. So Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, they had no bad blood with LeBron. You just said they made it run to Miami.
Well, did they make it all-out war?